The new Omega Speedmaster, first Omega in space. It looks cool, but there's a couple issues, so let's talk about it. But first of all, I'm not a watch expert, I'm just a watch nerd, so if I say anything wrong, or if you just disagree with me, or you agree with me, go down to the comments down below. Whilst down there, why not subscribe? Would be amazing, because only 9% of you lovely people are subscribed. So let's bump those numbers up, because those are rookie numbers. And whilst down there, why not also click that join button, become a channel member? Would be greatly appreciated if you supported the channel. So, Omega, new Speedmaster. It's really hard to buy a white dial Speedmaster, so if you thought you'd made up your mind on buying a white dial Speedmaster, they may have just made your decision even harder, because you also can't buy a 321. This watch is now like a halfway between a 321 and a Moonwatch Professional. So what is it? First of all, it's now beanie season, but it's not beanie season whilst we're talking about Omega, is it, Terry?
No. It's Omega season. It's
Omega season. Boy! I just lobbed my hat at Terry.
Hit me in the face.
So first of all, what is this watch? What is the Speedmaster First Omega in Space? Well, it's a watch based off the original Speedmaster Series 2, which was the watch in space during astronaut Walt Schirra's groundbreaking Sigma 7 mission. And by the sound of that mission, he had some serious Sigma riz. You get me? The Sigma 7 mission was in 1962. And it was a pivotal mission for space exploration and for Omega. It was the first time an Omega went to where, Terry?
Up into space.
Yes, up into space. So it was a 9-hour, 13-minute and 11-second flight that saw Schirra orbit Earth 6 times. Not 5 times, not 7 times, but 6 times. So this watch is based on the watch that they wore on those missions, which, if you want the original reference number, it was the CK2998. So that's the info on the watch. How does it differ to like the 321 or the Moonwatch Professional? It's a good question. Well, first of all, this watch is 39.7 millimeters, whereas everyone will be aware, or everyone who is aware of the Moonwatch Professional will know that is a 42mm watch. It's quite small fitting, 42, but it's still a 42mm. So this is much closer to 40, which is nice. A lot of people have been crying out for like a 40mm Speedmaster for some time. Also, they're bringing back a bracelet that's a lot more similar to how it was back then. So they've gotten rid of the new style Speedmaster bracelet for this specific watch, and it's flat links. It's a 3-link design, but they're flat links. And honestly, it looks excellent. It looks really, really nice. What do you think, Terry?
I really like it, actually.
Yeah.
I think it suits it absolutely perfectly.
Honestly, 100% agreed. They've kept the aluminium bezel. That's a big plus. Old style Omega logo, and it is applied onto the dial, not painted. So honestly, that looks lovely as well. Looks to be metal to give that sort of 3D effect. And that's something I love about the Moonwatch Professional Sapphire Sandwich, the fact it's got an applied Omega logo, but I don't think you can beat that old style Omega logo. It looks phenomenal. So this just looks like a really nice, cool reissue. What about the glass? Because what glass does a true Speedmaster have, Terry?
Hesselite, isn't it?
Yes, Terry. How do you know that? Wow. It's almost like I asked him twice. A true Speedmaster has Hesselite. That's why there's 2 schools of thought when it comes to the Moonwatch Professional. There's the Sapphire bunch, of which I am one, because I just want my watch to be slightly more wearable, not have to worry about the glass. And then there's the purest Hesselite bunch. And this watch is sort of intending to be a reissue, has sapphire. So that's going to be contentious for a few people, but they've sort of compromised and they've done it heavily domed. So they actually described it as domed in the shape of Hesselite. So it's sapphire, but with the look of Hesselite. If it's the aesthetic that you don't like on the Sapphire Moonwatch, because you prefer the more heavy dome, this watch has you covered, which is really, really nice. If you turn the watch over, it does also have a new caseback. A lot more inspired by the original, which is really, really nice. It features very simple hippocampus, and it just has the text, the first Omega in space, October 3rd, 1968. 2, which honestly I think is really nice. Obviously the hippocampus is just a callback to Omega of yore, essentially, ye olde Omega. But Terry, there's one thing about this watch that I think even more people are going to have issue with.
Is it the movement?
It is the movement. I don't have a massive issue with the movement, but I expect a lot of people will. And I've already seen a few people moaning about this on Instagram. What is the movement? The original watch that this is based on from 1962 featured the Speedmaster 321 movement. They make a Speedmaster 321 and it's impossible to get, okay? Because there's only a very small amount of people in Omega who are certified to make this movement. So they have put the same movement in this as is in the Speedmaster Professional, which is the 3861 movement, which in all honesty is just a 321 movement with modern specifications, completely up to modern specs. So it's master chronometer certified, which is 15,000 Gauss, which is -0 plus 5 seconds a day certified, and a 50-hour power reserve. So for the price that this watch is, which is on the bracelet £7,400, so it is cheaper than a Moonwatch Professional by £100 brand new than a Sapphire Moonwatch. You were never going to get a 321 movement. And I think they wanted to compromise, make this watch that was actually a bit more accessible. It's going to be limited, but it's still within the realms of possibility for a lot of people to buy. Well, more than, say, the 321 movement at least. So I think they wanted to do a watch that was actually that reissue style, that was wearable with the Sapphire, but faithful to the original styling, but just updated. So they've given it the comfort release on the clasp, and honestly, it looks excellent. It looks really, really good. If you want it on a leather strap, they are also doing variants on leather straps, and those are £7,100. I don't think you'll be able to find one for love nor money. And in all honesty, if I could find one of these, and if I had the money, I'd get one. But that's not really within the realms of possibility, is it, Terry?
Not when you're wearing a moon swatch, it's not.
And what's on my wrist? Yes, that's right. It is a moon swatch. It is Terry's Mission to Pluto. And can I just say, big thank you to Wrist Buddies here. They have hooked us up, wristbuddies.com, with a quite large selection of rubber straps. We're not sponsored, they just sent us them. And in all honesty, they're really cool. They're fitted, and in all honesty, they're really, really good. So check them out at wristbuddies.com. So, Terry, what's your thoughts on this new Speedmaster first Omega in space?
I don't really care about the movement, if I'm completely honest with you, because aesthetically speaking, I really love it.
Well, I even love the new hands. It's got a really nice brown photina on both the hands and the hour markers, which looks gorgeous.
The brown hour markers were the first thing that really stood out for me. Yeah,
the brown hour markers look lovely. And with the domedness on the Sapphire,
I might actually prefer this over the new white Speedmaster as well.
Do you?
Possibly do.
Terry's getting contentious here, boyos and girlos.
You know I like the white Speedmaster with a little bit of red, but this is lovely. I'd have to see it in person though, I think.
Do you know another thing I like about this? Arrow-shaped hands. Rather than the more sword-shaped hands on the Speedmaster Professional. I like the arrows. It's such a nice vintage-inspired piece. I like this watch. This is a great-looking watch. I honestly hope this stays in Omega's core collection. Do I wish they did a version with sapphire caseback? Yes, I do. But do I care? No. I think this looks absolutely excellent. I think it's really well executed. Maybe it'd be good if they offered one on Heslite as well for those purists. But I think with the extreme dome that they've put on the Sapphire, I don't think many people are going to care. Honestly, impressed. If this is a new core piece of the collection, which is eventually going to be readily available, I'm thrilled and astonished, pretty much. I really hope they don't limit this, because I think that would be a stupid move. People are going to want this, and they're going to want it badly. Yeah. So what do you guys think of this watch? Do you hate it, or do you love it? Let us know down in the comments. And whilst you're down there, why not like, subscribe, ding that bell icon so you never miss another video, and why not click that join button, become a channel member, support us directly. It'd be very, very much appreciated. Whilst we're on the subject of channel members, thank you very, very much to all of ours on screen now. You guys are the absolute best, and the only people who could even come close to you is everyone watching this video now. So if you're watching right now, you know what I'm going to say next. Watch yourselves.